So there's a new documentary out on HBO or Max, and it's about Natalia Grace Barnett or whatever her name is. But so it's an opinion whether she is a older woman adopted into this family that tried to abuse and kill her adopted family, or if she is a victim and she was a child being abused by these parents that look to be toxic. And that's the debate, whether no one will ever know whether she's lying or they're lying. And it's just a crazy documentary, because I'm an adoptee, and I was raised in a white family as a white child. I was never taught my race, and I was brought to Georgia not thinking that race or anything mattered. So it's hard to watch, thinking that, taking the perspective that she was a child with a disability adopted into this family that then abused her. Some of the facts that came out in this documentary were that this crazy mom, Christine, made her stand on the wall for 8 hours, and while the family was watching TV, and she would yell at her saying, we're enjoying ourselves right now, or she was just basically blatantly abusing her. And the dad is a very strange guy. He's very feminine. He talks very strange, and he seems to be coached into saying what he says, and the cries are weird, and the tears are weird, and he has weird mannerisms, and he seems to have a lot of issues himself. But as an adopted child myself, from my experience, having no voice in my adoption for almost 38 years, not even understanding what adoption did to me, really, it is very, very sad to see that if she was a child being abused and made to live in this really bad part of town on purpose, on her own, and then her mom would come over and film her and investigate her and question her and just treat her with really, really bad neglect and abuse. It is devastating to hear that from the perspective of she was a child being abused and neglected. And on the other side, if she was older, then she tried to kill her parents, and that's the only story, then that's pretty messed up. But I'm the belief that Christine, the mother, was in a position of power, and she was narcissistic, and she was abusive. And this is the problem that could happen in adoption. And, this is very, very terrifying, because you're talking about objectively a 3-foot tall little person with a very bad disability. And they're put the narrative out that this woman was an older woman that tried to kill them in their sleep. And the problem that I see is that Natalia is still not believed to this day. And the problem I've had in my life, I'm almost 40, I'm still not believed to this day. I speak in a lot of social situations where people say I'm second guessing myself, and I feel like I'm being, I'm not sure of what I'm saying, and that has been a very hard problem in my life, because I've been told how to think and feel, and I can only imagine what she's gone through and how she speaks, and what her life experience has been like if she really genuinely was a child being abused and neglected. And from what it looks like, her birth mother, her biological mom, says she was born in 2003. And this is coming from her. It's been confirmed that this is a DNA match. This is her biological mother. And after hearing this story, people are still believing that she's an evil adopted child that tried to kill her parents. And to me, this just shows the narrative that adoptive parents that can abuse their kids, the power they have, and the power that this woman had. I'm not saying that this is all adoptions. Please don't get it twisted. This is just this case. I'm just saying that the power that this woman had over the narrative of this adopted child's life will haunt her for the rest of her life, if that is the case. So I'm going to make a few more updates on this video, but this is a crazy story. Let me know your take on it in the comments.